Hey guys, Nikki here, and today we're back with another community video. We are doing a showcase for our December challenge. We've been doing some challenges to tackle our backlog, kind of one unit or one model at a time. So for December, we decided to end strong, go with big miniatures. So we went with monsters and vehicles. So for 40k, we were thinking things like tanks, dreadnoughts, knights, Age of Sigmar, big beasties, things like that. I also included anything that may have been for D&D, for Infinity, anything like that. Throw them in. So we're just trying to tackle our backlog, take care of the pile of gray that we have. Some of us added onto a starter box challenge, which we did last year. I'll link that in case anyone wants to check that out. Some of us just grabbed some of the bigger models in our backlog that we've been wanting to tackle for a while. As I'm recording for January, we are now doing heroes and characters, so more projects going on now. If you'd like to join us for future challenges or just come hang out with it on Twitch, I'll put the link in the description. You can come check us out there. Like and subscribe here for more showcases and tutorials. But for today, we have the December challenge, so let's dive in. Alright, to start our showcase, I actually have our first one pulled up. So for these, we like to do a before photo and an after photo just to kind of see how the progress goes throughout the month and kind of show that we're all starting in the same place. So for each of these projects, you'll see a before and after. So our first one, our before, is from Numerian in the Discord. We have a very large spider right off the bat. So this, I believe, is a 3D print for an Ragnarok for Age of Sigmar to go with the Gloomspite army. So we have a very big spider here with a bit of an undercoat of the white. So here is where we started, and then here is where it ended. Look at this. I love the color of the spider. This was a really fun project. Numerian was trying the technique where you undercoat with the magenta and you come back with yellow over top. And it gives you this really cool orange in all of the recesses and the shading. I know Numerian mentioned he went back to kind of deepen it a little bit with an actual orange paint, but fun to try out a new technique for the challenge. So here is our giant spider, our little guy up top with the platform. I love the colors, love the bright colors for this. The basing looks really good. The green really helps the orange to pop as well. We've got a couple different photos, so we can see some more angles here of our spider. But there is, you can see more of that with the orange here in our shading. It's really bright, kind of orange to yellow up top. More of the basing. And then here's our little guy up top, which I don't think I realized how creepy his little headdress is here with all of his eyes. Very cool there, bringing it up to the staff as well. So here is the Finnish Ragnarok for the Gloomspite army. Very cool, love the spider. Awesome job, Numerian, and glad that you found a project that you could try like a new technique on. That's really cool, getting to play with the colors, and it really comes alive here on the spider. So awesome job, Numerian, with our first mini for the December challenge. Well done. Next up, we've got Hank from the Discord. Decided to go in with one of the Nurgle. It's a very tall mini with the mount. We've got the rider and even the little Nurgling hanging off. So this is a Puscoil Blight Lord. Here is our before, and here is our after. So here, all painted up. Got some nice basing here as well. We've got all the, I didn't even see the little fly here initially. So many details on this guy. We've got a couple different shots. Let me see. I don't have another one for the mount, unfortunately, but we do have one for the rider. I thought we could zoom in here and see all of the work on the weathering here on the shoulder. Love the work on the skin, pulling out the scarring here on the belly, bringing out all these little details. We get a little bit of a little Nurgling here in the corner. Also the rust effects, which are always fun to do for Nurgle. You just get to do all of the really gross, fun weathering effects. He looks amazing. Love all the different things you've brought in. Also with the basing, we've got kind of the swampy, some more texture, some more different kind of finishes here on the basing. So an awesome job here, Hank, for the Blight Lord. Love it. Love all the little details and how it all comes together for all of the Nurgly goodness. It's awesome job, Hank. Well done. Let's see, next up is me. Next up is me. I chose a gladiator that's been sitting for my Space Wolves for way too long, so decided to get it out for the challenge. And then here is the after. So I had fun with the modulating on all of the vehicles. I like to do that for some of my stuff. Got to pull out the decals from Forge World, throw those on there. and get this finished up for whenever we get our codex. So I was excited to get back to my Space Souls for a little bit. It's a really fun little tank. I super enjoyed it, and getting to do the modulating on all of the panels. So I'll throw that in for my Space Souls whenever they get their book. Next up, we have Majin from the Discord with this little dreadnought. This is going to be joining the Legion of the Dam. So here is our before, all ready to roll. And here is our after. We're rocking the flames. Look at these. So we've got flames on the front, the legs, the arms. We've got all of our detail work for our weapons. It looks like we got a detail here on the front. I like the snowing basing too. It helps to have the black of the miniature and all the details really stand out. We've added some more bits and things to the base as well. Got the highlighting on all these black panels. Rocking the freehand for the writing as well. Well done, Majin. He looks amazing. I know you were a little worried that you weren't going to finish, but he came together so nicely. And glad that he is ready for the Legion of the Damned. Very nice job, Majin. Thanks for joining us for the challenge. Next up, we've got AB6 Scott with some of the new cities armies. We've got Talia with the giant manticore here ready to go. Here is the before. And our after. Look how cool. Such a sweet miniature. Love all the work on these feathers. There are a lot of them. Also really pretty basing, bringing in all the tufts, some of the flowers, things like that. We've got a few different shots too for Talia. You can see more of the details kind of from this angle here instead of the head-on shot. Working on our metallics, more work on these wings. The shading on the fur is very nice. I think we have one of, yeah, here's Talia herself. Make sure that's our last photo. Yes, so more of the details here. Up close for the writer herself. But I know Scott has been working on a lot of cities stuff, decided to hop in with the box and is adding on to that. So awesome job, Scott, getting more of the cities ready to go. So, oh, just checking something real quick. Okay, cool. Awesome job, Scott. Excited to see more of the cities as they come together. Next up, we have Mad Scythe, who actually during our November miniature exchange was going to do Stormcast, decided to keep the Stormcast for himself, and is now adding on to it. So we have Ionia's Cryptborn, which is the newest mini for the Stormcast. And here is the before photo, is just straight up the box. Haven't even started building yet, but here is before, and then here is the after. Look at this. I love the red for the scales, all of the skin, all of the highlighting here on the wings looks amazing. Got all of the details for our rider. We have another photo here. Again, some more work. You can see the underside of the wings as well, getting that kind of cream color there. We've got dragons in the background, which is great. We're getting ready for being up next, maybe. Nice work on the basing. A lot of it is sculpted, but bringing in some of the texture, bringing in some of the tufts here. Looks so good. And then I think we had, yeah, here we go. Zoom in on the rider, Ionius himself. So bringing in some more of the details, having the armor match really nicely here with the mounts. It all kind of flows together. Work on the cloak, getting that inlaid all cleaned up here. Getting it on the banners and everything as well. So amazing job, Mad Scythe. I'm glad you're enjoying the Stormcast so much that you decided to go ahead and just dive in with a full army. It's really fun to watch. So awesome job here, Iona's Cryptborn. Beautiful, beautiful work. All right, next up we have Osarin, who also decided to go with a big Age of Sigmar beastie. We've got Nagash, which I think might be our biggest model in the challenge this time. So again, before photo, inbox. And now look at him. Look at all of the work here on the spirits, all of the blending going on in here. I know Saren at one point was complaining about the edge highlighting, and I can see why. Look at all of this here. It looks amazing though. Nice and sharp all through there. Got all of the bone work in here. I like the colors that you've brought onto the staff. Looks really cool. But amazing work here. A lot of work. Nagash is a project. Here is another angle so you can see more of the blends on the cloak, more of the edge highlighting. But amazing job here on Nagash. He looks so cool. and excited to see the other things you've got planned for this army. I know you've mentioned a few of the conversion ideas, so cool to see Nagash ready to lead. And then, yeah, all of the work that went into him. Amazing job, Osirin. Well done. Thanks for joining us in the exchange. Next up, we have Arctic Turtle. Also, just noticed the little dumpster back here. Also joining for Age of Sigmar. I don't think I realized until I was like pulling everything up just how much Age of Sigmar we have this time. So we are going in with the Stegodon for the Seraphon. So we've got the big dinosaur here on the bottom, got a bunch of the little skinks up top. So here is our before. And then here is our after. I love the colors we've gone with. I love the red for the Stegodon, the purple for the little skinks, getting them all worked up. Let me see if I've got another photo here. We do, so let me hop over to the other side for a better look. Bringing the orange on for like the shields too, so all of these really fun colors. I think Seraphon are perfect for bringing in fun colors like that. They look amazing together. Awesome job, Arctic Turtle, and getting them all ready to go and ready for the table. They look so good. Thanks for joining us for the challenge. Alright, next up we have Sad Leviathan, who has been working on NIDS. This is the Tyrannocyte. If you're not as familiar with Tyranids, this is basically a Tyranid drop pod. So Tyrannocyte all primed and ready to go here. Here is before, and here is after. This thing is such a creepy model with all of the little spindly bits here. But we've added on to the base. We've got a few additions here. I know going with the rest of the army, so bringing in the army scheme here with the reds, the blues. Love the highlighting we've got here along the different panels. Bringing in all of the shading and the highlighting here on the more gross bits. But it looks amazing. I know Leviathan had kind of a stretch goal for 2, wasn't able to quite get the second miniature, but I'm sure we will see that soon with more of the NIDs. So amazing job getting the Tyrannocyte done, ready to go. Yeah. Army is really cool all together. It's fun to watch it come together, Sad Leviathan. Well done. Thanks for joining us for the challenge. Next up, we've got Mousebait with a Mauler Fiend. So decided to hop in with some chaos and all of the arms for the Mauler Fiend. So here he is all assembled, ready to go. And here he is after. So we went with Black Legion color scheme, it looks like. We've added snow for the base. So kind of like the Legion of the Damned Dreadnought. We got the white on the base with the black of the model. Helps for it to stand out. Really love the weathering on all of the gold. So we've got some of the, I guess the Nihilak Oxide used here as some weathering on all of the gold. Got some fun weathering up here on like the exhaust. I'm gonna go, I think I got one more photo. Yeah. We've got some more blood effects too. I think Mousebait mentioned that it's an ultramarine here under his paw. I don't think we get a good shot. Let me go back in. Okay, there he is. But we're smooshing an ultramarine as we stomp around for chaos. So we've got a little bit of a blood trail in the snow. It's on the mini as well. Love that. Telling a little bit of a story here for that poor ultramarine. But then more examples of the awesome weathering here on all of the exhaust, more of the oxide. So awesome job, Mousebait. Thank you so much for joining us for the challenge. He looks amazing. Next up, we have Ravenlord. Ravenlord has decided to turn the stack of sprues into 1, maybe 2 Chaos Knights. Let's see what Ravenlord did for the month. Ravenlord did, in fact, get one of the little war dogs together. So here is the first one completed in the awesome purple and black scheme for the Chaos Knights. But Ravenlord did manage. Oh, before I go on, here is another angle. Some more of the detail work. You can see more of the cables, everything on the weapons here. And I love the weathering up top here as well. Awesome job, Ravenlord. I got ahead of myself. We're able to get 2. So 2 war dogs done for a December challenge. Here is our second one. Again, some of those really nice details with all the cabling. We've got some additional extras here on the second one with all the different options that they can take. Weathering on the weapons again. Awesome job, Ravenlord. They look amazing. And so cool that you're able to hit your stretch goal. Well done, Ravenlord. Thanks for joining us for the challenge. Next up, I believe this is Blonde Cow in the Discord. Blonde Cow decided to hop in also with some Stormcast. So had Andrasta from the Dominion box that has been sitting, decided to hop in with it. So here's the before, still on sprue. Here is the after. So we went with, I think it was Goth Drasta. Bringing in a little bit more of the grayscale, the blacks, the whites. I really love that we've done some accent for the hair and some of the makeup here. And then the army scheme, getting the scheme together for the rest of the Stormcast. And kind of using Andrasta as a way to start it, which I love. So here is one shot. We have a close-up here on Andrasta's face, so you can see more of the makeup, more of the, yeah, I love the little pop of color here on the hair. How well that works with the accents across the mini here. So cool. And then for a better shot of all those wings, here is from the back. You can see the gradient here is really cool. A good idea to bring in the more of the goth color scheme. And then Blonde Cow did mention that basing is going to come with the rest of the army. So as soon as more of the Stormcast are together, then Andrasta will get her basing along with the rest of them. Yeah, awesome job, Blonde Cow. So fun to watch the army and the color scheme come together. Andrasta looks great. Well done. Thanks for joining us. Next up, we have Wasted Mind with Wraith Knight still in box. So the before of before photos. And after, look at this. So in hashtag Team Purple colors here, went with the sword and the shield. So all together here to match the rest of the Eldar army. Got a few shots here of details. So here is that sword. We've got this really cool blend for the blues here on the blade. Love that. Works in nicely with all of the gems kind of across the model. You can see all of the edge highlights going into all the panels here, especially kind of along the tops and these hard edges. They look great. And then we've got one more here from the side to check out that shield. So again, bringing in that blue for the gem. All the details here with the inlay for the shield and a really cool blend across the shield as well. Awesome job, Wasted Man. Glad you could get the, I know you were fighting a little bit there at the end, but came together so nicely. Well done. Glad more of the Eldar are getting some paint. Love it. Thanks for joining us. Next up, we have Sly Rebirth from the Discord. Decided to also go in with some Sigmar. So this is the Vermin Lord. Decided to hop back to some Skaven for a little bit. I love this kit, and I love what Sly has done. So here's our before. And here is the after. So we've got him all painted up. I love the work on all the skin tones, the work on the hair here. Really nice work on all of the details for the weapons here up by his face and the helmet. Awesome job. And I also love that our finished photo is in amongst some other finished work. So we have, I believe these were earlier in the year, another finished model. So Sly tackling the backlog, one unit and one model by a time. And I love that you've incorporated both for your photo here, because that's what it's all about, right? Get him in there, get him ready for battle. So he looks amazing, Sly. Thank you so much for joining us with your Vermin Lord. He looks amazing. Well done. Next up, we have Spilled Paint Pot. So this is a Ravager for the Dark Eldar. This is, I believe, has been sitting for a little bit. Dark Eldar is an army that Spilled Paint Pot has been wanting to get to, so decided to pull it out here for the challenge. Here's our before. And look at this, look at our after. I love the color scheme we've gone with. I know you were kind of, it started with an off-white, we've moved to the purple, kind of looking for that inspiration for across the army, and I think this is so cool. It looks so great. I love the accent colors, bringing in the orange and the purple. Also looks good on the crew, having some of those accents as well. Ties them in really nicely together. Bringing in we've got some snow here as well. Snowy base is very popular this challenge. I guess for December, right? We're all thinking snow. But it looks so good all together. I'm so glad you were able to get your color scheme kind of worked out as you went. They look so good together, and I'm excited to see more of your army here. I also love, sorry, I'm looking at it again, I love the highlighting along here. All these purple kind of blends across the vehicle, looks so good. Thank you so much for joining us, Spilled Paint Pot. It looks amazing. Next up, we've got Peacha from the Discord. Another on sprue before. We were all ready to hop in. So this one, I took a note here because Peacha mentioned, wanted to make this a combination Rhino, Scorpius, Predator. And this is for 30k Iron Warriors. So that's the goal here as we look at the before. And here is the after. I love how weathered this is. And I love how it works with the decals and everything we brought on. So we've got the Iron Warrior scheme here, very weathered up, but it looks amazing over the decals. It really kind of adds to the tank and how like beat up that it is. So here's from the side here. We also have from the top, so we can check out more of those details. Love the hazard stripes on the back, kind of back as well. Looks really, really cool all together. But yeah, you can just see how well it ties in together by doing it over the decals as well. So there is kind of in the Rhino configuration. But then I also pulled up photos so you can see that it is working for the others. So bringing in the doors for the Predator, bringing in the top for the Predator, and kind of cool, especially with the Rhino chassis, you can make it so many things. So looks like Pecha is still working on, I think, one loadout because of a printing thing. Wasn't quite ready yet, but got it ready for the Iron Warriors. So we've got that, and then another weapon change. So we've got a few different options that this tank works for, which is great. So ready for lots of games, can change out depending on the list that you need. So awesome job, Pecha. Glad you're able to do that as well for your army. Awesome job. Next up, we have Grim One from the Discord with a little Pokemon. What better for monsters and vehicles than pocket monsters? So I believe these are a 3D print. We've got little Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. And then here is our after. Look how fun! I love these so much. They're so cute. I'm bringing in all the fun colors for the different Pokemon. I love having them together as a little family photo is just so cute. But I love, yeah, the bright blues, bringing in all of the colors from kind of the anime and everything else. The work on the flower here. They're just super fun little project, and I think perfect for a challenge like this. They came together so nicely. Well done, Grim. Thanks for joining us. They're so cute. I love little Bulbasaur's face. Look at those little eyes. He's so cute. Awesome job, Grim. Alright, next up, we have, I believe this is J-Pick with another Ionia's Cryptborn. J-Pick decided to hop in kind of last minute with us. So we make it, just a little bit more of a challenge. But has also been working on a Stormcast army. And here is the after. I love the color choices that J-Pick went with. I love this kind of more muted brown and kind of the warm brown with this green and this blue. I think they balance and go together really nicely, bringing that green down onto the base as well with the plants. Awesome job, J-Pick. Glad you're able to hop in with us. I know you're a little nervous there. But he turned out amazing. I also love bringing that brown into the wings too. So just, it all works together so nicely, even though you've got some like bright colors. They work really nicely together. Awesome job, J-Pick. Thanks for joining us. It's so cool to watch your Stormcast come together. All right, next up, we've got Erebri, another on Sprue before. So we've got a Dreadnought here in pieces, but by the end of the month, all together, we have a Daredeo Dreadnought for the Death Guard. Some more work on the basing too. So we got some more textures and things brought onto the base. Love that. Adds to it as well. And then for the Dreadnought itself, of course, we've got all of the weathering, all of the detail work for our missiles, for the weapons here. Very nice and clean, but then coming in with that weathering to, Death Guard it up. Gotta weather it back down after getting all those nice clean details. He looks amazing, Erebri. Well done. Glad you could add on to the Death Guard for us here with the challenge. Looking so good. Alright, next up we've got Bill. So Bill decided to go with some Kingdom Death. So this is the King from Kingdom Death. And I know had some gap filling and some work to do in the beginning. This model is one of their older ones, so it does need a little bit more prep work. So that is kind of what Bill's showing here, is some of the prep work and before going into it. And then here is the King after. Such a cool color scheme. So kind of playing off Numerians with the purple and the yellow. Bill mentioned the initial intent was the King in yellow, but it kind of morphed into this cool kind of sunset color scheme, which I think looks really cool on the King. So bringing in some of that fade up to the pinks, up to the purples, all the detail work on the more creepy bits. We've got the hands and arms here on the front. We've got the babies down the front. It's definitely a creepy miniature, especially as I go to our next photo here. So there's a better look at all of that, but we do get all of this really lovely orange to yellow fading, all the blending up to the pink, up to the purple. I can imagine that was a lot of fun to work on, Bill, just getting all those fades done. And then we will end on the very creepy end here, which is the tiny little head on the top of the king. So some more work on bringing in the colors here, more of the blends that Bill was working on. And then, yeah, kind of here's the whole piece back together here for the king for Kingdom Death. And that is our last project for December. And that's a wrap on the December challenge. Total, that's 20 miniatures completed and out of the backlog. Hope everyone had fun tackling their larger models. It was really fun watching all of the progress throughout the month as we add on to our armies. If you'd like to join us for future challenges or come hang out with us on Twitch, I'll put the link in the description. Come join us over there. Make sure to like and subscribe here for more showcases and tutorials. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.